Okay, so now we're taking a look at the fuel pump on my Corolla SR5. That's this guy right here. In the case of the SR5, it's a mechanical fuel pump, at least if you have the 4AC motor. If you've done a GTS swap, obviously the fuel pump is at the gas tank in the back. So anyways, in this case, this is our fuel pump right here. And in my case specifically, it started spewing oil out of a little inlet hole that's on the back, or I guess that's more of an outlet hole on the back of the fuel pump, and it was just spewing oil like crazy, so I needed to replace it. So I've got this guy here, which is a replacement. The part number is, I totally cannot read it, M60414 by Carter. It's a replacement for the SR5 fuel pump. Like I said, this is a mechanical. The GTS uses an electronic fuel pump. Anyway, so in order to pull it, it's really quite easy. There's only two bolts holding the mechanical fuel pump in. But to get to it's going to be a little bit of a pain because a lot of stuff will be in the way, including your brake booster cable. I've already unplugged everything, but your brake booster cable is going to be in the way right here. Your throttle cables, which are these guys here, are going to be sitting right here, and they're all in the way. So even though it's only two bolts for the actual fuel pump, to get to it's a pain. Then you're gonna have to take off the heater core hoses. This is your heater core inlet. That's your heater core outlet back here. You're gonna have to, well, maybe you might not have to take off the outlet, but you'll definitely have to take off the inlet in order to get a tool in here to take this fuel pump off. So let me take it off, and then we'll come back. Okay, so now we've got the fuel pump out. You can take a look at it here. Not much to see. This is the inlet, that little hole right there that oil was spewing out of. Like I said, in my case, it was spewing oil. Oil obviously comes from this part here. This part here. It goes into your valve cover, or into your head really. And obviously oil comes down through here, and something must have failed inside and oil was spewing out here. So that's why I have to replace it. That may not happen to you. In some cases it may be simply you're not getting fuel for whatever reason. I'm not sure exactly how they fail, but this is how mine failed. So if you're spewing oil, obviously you have to replace it. Now this here is my replacement from Carter. Exact same, identical. Let's take her out. So this is the replacement fuel pump, all nice and shiny. All you have to do is transfer over the parts that didn't come with the new one. So in that case, it's this spacer, this black spacer, and obviously the bolts. You're also going to have to apply RTV here, and RTV sealant here as well, around the black spacer. Let me just remove the old pump so you can actually see the spacer. It's black, which just makes it hard to see. It's also hard to film and do this at the same time. So this is the spacer. This guy's going to slide right onto here, and then you're just going to bolt it back up. Well, actually you need to use RTV. In my case, I was lucky, and Carter was kind enough to include 2 gaskets, but most companies will not provide you with gaskets. So in that case you need to use RTV, which is nothing special. Let me just show you it. I'm sure anyone who's watching these videos knows what RTV is, but in case you don't, this is it right here. This is ultra copper RTV. Do not buy the cheap stuff. This is only like $1 or $1.50 more than the blue or the red RTV. Just get the copper stuff and don't be a cheap ass. So yeah, now I'm gonna go ahead and reinstall it. We'll come back. Okay, so now the new fuel pump is installed. I slipped a little RTV in there just for safe measure, so I don't want to be in here again. Basically, this is it. It's all in there nice and tight. Tighten it down nice and firm, but don't like overkill it because you don't want to be pulling snap bolts out of the head. Now that's all that's left is reassembly. So obviously just hook up your fuel lines. You're obviously going to put your air filter box back on, your water lines, and your throttle cables, and your vacuum hose that goes, your brake booster hose here, and so on and so on. So I mean, it's not a difficult procedure. It's just a pain in the butt. So yep, that's it.